In shadows deep, a tale unfolds. A daughter's heart so cruel, so cold. Her father gave her gold and fame, yet she denies his loving name.
You have just heard the intro to the song titled Duchess of Deceit that I just composed, honestly using AI based on the content I will convey to you here. Meghan Markle's a liar, and her dad just busted her on Netflix. Thomas Markle says she's faking a sad sack childhood while she was living large Hollywood dinners, not TV trays. Now she's Meghan Sussex, dumping her family name like trash and Netflix. They're peddling a fake season 2 to save face. I've got hundreds of pissed-off comments calling her out, hypocrite, grifter, you name it, and I'm unloading it all with my hot take. Want the real dirt on this royal mess? You're glued now. Welcome to Royal Riffraff, where we don't swallow her bullshit.
Oh, Thomas weeps, the truth betrayed. A princess born from dreams he made. She turned her back, the lies took flight. A grifter's crown shines in the night. Duchess of Deceit, hear the world's disdain. Faking tears and tales, playing her cruel game. From Hollywood to throne, she built her throne of lies. Oh, Sussex weeps as truth in silence dies. The silver screen, her father's toil, a life of wealth on sacred soil. But jailbird chains her mother wore. She hides the past behind her door. Oh, father dear, your heart she broke. With every lie, a crueler stroke. The Netflix stage, her mask revealed. A royal scam, forever sealed. Duchess of Deceit, hear the world's disdain. Faking tears and tales, playing her cruel game. From Hollywood to throne, she built her throne of lies. Oh, Sussex weeps as truth in silence dies. The silver screen, her father's toil, a life of wealth on sacred soil. The jailbird chains her mother wore. Of lies of the past behind her door. With every lie, a crueler stroke. The Netflix stage, her mask revealed. A royal scam, forever seen.
First of all, Meghan Markle's alleged fabrication of her childhood struggles. I'm beyond pissed off about Meghan Markle's latest Netflix con job. She's got the gall to claim she had a tough childhood, as some latchkey kid stuck eating TV dinners all by her lonesome. That's a steaming pile of horse manure, and I'm calling it out right now. Her father, Thomas Markle, just tore her story to shreds, and I'm loving every second of this takedown. She wasn't some neglected little girl microwaving frozen crap. She was living large, dining out 3 times a week at fancy Hollywood joints like the old spaghetti factory. I can see her now, chowing down on steak after dance class, while I was scraping by on beans and cheap boxed macaroni in a house with no hot water, no plumbing, no nothing. Her dad wasn't some deadbeat. He was busting his ass as a lighting director, winning Emmys, pulling in $200,000 a year back when that was serious cash. Hell, it's still a damn good salary today in 2025 with this insane inflation. He even dumped $750,000 in lottery winnings into her spoiled little world, sending her to private schools, giving her a life most Americans would claw their eyes out for. What burns me up is how she's trashing him, acting like he was never there, when he raised her single-handedly while her mom, Doria, was rotting in jail for fraud. 10 years, some say 15, locked up for stealing money and dodging taxes. I'm furious she's covering that up, spinning it as Doria was off starting a career. Prison isn't a career, honey. It's a damn rap sheet. Thomas dragged her to the married with children set, spoiled her rotten with restaurant trips near their lovely neighborhood, 3 times a week, mind you, not some occasional treat. I'd have killed for 1 meal out a month, let alone that kind of luxury. She wasn't eating TV tray dinners. What a pretentious load of nonsense. Us poor folks just called MTV dinners, and we couldn't even afford those half the time. She's out here acting like she struggled when her dad was handing her the world on a silver platter. And here's where I lose it. She's not just lying. She's spitting in Thomas's face on national TV. I feel heartbroken for this man. He idolized her, worked 2 jobs to give her everything, and she turns around and calls him absent. That's a slap to every single parent out there breaking their back for their kids. I can't stomach her claiming she was a latchkey kid when it was Doria who abandoned her. Jail, not yoga classes or some social services gig like she wants us to believe. Thomas took her to General Hospital sets, won awards, gave her a childhood I'd have traded my soul for, and she's out here whining about neglect. I'm with him all the way. He's the real victim here, not her ungrateful ass. She's a disgrace, plain and simple, kicking a loving father in the teeth while he's still around to feel the pain. But wait, it gets worse. I can't even keep up with her flip-flopping lies. One day she's bragging about farm-to-table eating in California. News flash. That wasn't a thing in LA in the 80s and 90s unless you lived on an actual farm. The next, she's crying rags to riches with TV dinners and Sizzler salad bars. Pick a damn lane, Meghan. I'm not buying her poor kid act. She wasn't begging on the streets or starving in an orphanage. She was a spoiled brat who turned into a monster her dad regrets creating. He called her princess. I can hear it now, and look what that got him. Betrayal. She's out here claiming she had it rough to sucker us into feeling sorry for her, but I see through it. Her dad did well to bring in the money and give her a great life. Doria did squat. If anyone made her latchkey, it was her jailbird mom, not Thomas. I'm sick to death of her rewriting history. She wasn't poor, she wasn't neglected, she was a daddy's girl who had it all. He gave her the best life, I keep thinking, and she's shaming him for it. How dare she? She's not just ungrateful, she's a pathological liar who can't keep her story straight. I bet she told Harry a dozen different versions of this garbage. Latchkey one day, set life with dad the next. It's insulting to those of us who lived the struggle. No heat, no cool air, just survival. She's peddling this victim narrative to keep her grift alive, and I'm not having it. I shudder to think what she'll say when Thomas is gone, probably some horrific lie he can't defend against. How does she sleep at night, smearing the man who gave her everything? What kind of cold-hearted woman does this to her flesh and blood? Meanwhile, We also learned that Meghan's attempt to rebrand herself as Meghan Sussex. I can't even wrap my head around Meghan Markle's latest desperate move. She's now calling herself Meghan Sussex, and I'm sitting here dumbfounded. This woman's got some nerve ditching her family name like it's yesterday's garbage, and it's got me raging. Her dad, Thomas Markle, is spitting mad about it too. He says his mom, my grandma if I were in his shoes, was proud of the Markle name, and Meghan's tossing it aside like it means nothing. I feel his pain deep in my gut. He's out there sarcastically saying he's now Meghan Sussex's dad, and I'd be just as humiliated if my kid pulled that stunt on me. She's acting like Markle is some dirty word she needs to scrub off, but I see right through her little game. This isn't just a name change, it's a calculated slap to her whole family. I'm stunned she's got the guts to pull this after everything Thomas did for her, raising her while Doria was locked up. Now she's prancing around as Meghan Sussex like it's her ticket to royalty forever. I'm not buying it for a second. She's a feminist, right? So why the hell is she taking her husband's title as her last name? Makes no sense. I think she's terrified of losing that Sussex title when the royals finally wise up and strip it, so she's clinging to it like a lifeboat, trying to lock it in as her identity. It's pathetic. She's even got people daring me to keep calling her Meghan Markle just to watch her squirm, and damn, I'm tempted. What pisses me off is how she's using this to distance herself from her roots. I'd never dream of shaming my family name. Markle's hers by birth, not some royal handout. She's acting like Sussex makes her better than us, but I say it's bullshit. She's no more royal than I am. Even the experts agree her real name's Mountbatten Windsor, not this made-up Sussex nonsense. I'm with Thomas. She's an ungrateful brat trying to erase him, and it's sickening. How does she think this looks to the world? Besides that, Netflix's alleged misrepresentation of With Love, Meghan as a renewed series. I'm sitting here, jaw on the floor, trying to figure out what the hell Meghan Markle and Netflix are pulling with this so-called Season 2 of With Love, Meghan. It's got me so worked up I could spit nails. She's prancing around on Instagram, tossing out that cutesy lettuce remain calm or not crap, acting like Netflix begged her for more episodes, and I'm thinking, are you serious? This whole thing stinks like a cheap scam, and I'm not falling for it. Not for one damn minute. I've got it on good authority they filmed everything at once, chopped it into 2 parts, and now they're slapping a renewal label on it to dodge the embarrassment of her flop. I'm not some naive fool who'll swallow that horse manure. They're trying to pull the wool over my eyes, and it's making my blood boil. What lights my fuse is how this show's a total disaster, yet they're still shoving it down our throats. I'm sick to death of Meghan and Harry grifting their way through life. Netflix should have kicked these 2 con artists to the curb the second this mess tanked. It fell out of the global top 10 in under a week. Nobody wants to watch her twirl around with store-bought hummus she elevated, with a drizzle of olive oil, or yank pretzels out of a bag and slap a ribbon on it. I'd rather stare at a blank wall than sit through that garbage. It's boring, it's unoriginal, and the music's so awful I'd claw my ears off if I could. People are calling it a hostage video, and I'm right there with them. It's like she's forcing us to watch her play pretend chef when she can't even cook. I'm furious Netflix thinks I'm dumb enough to buy this as a hit. They're desperate to recoup their losses, and I'm not having it. Here's the kicker. They're lying to our faces about this renewal when it's just leftover scraps from the cutting room floor. I can't believe they'd stoop so low, splitting one lousy season because Meghan couldn't get her stupid product line ready in time. I'm ready to boycott Netflix over this. Let them bleed money on her pathetic excuse for a show. People are done, sick to death of her fake smiles and Harry's enabling nonsense. I wouldn't give her the time of day. let alone my subscription dollars. She's got no talent, no authenticity, just a washed-up actress who marked herself right back to obscurity. Why are they still propping up this sinking ship when everyone knows it's dead in the water? And if you think that's the worst part, just wait until you hear what she pulled next, the future of Meghan's business ventures and Netflix partnership. I'm looking at Meghan Markle's crumbling empire, and I've got one eyebrow raised so high it's practically off my face. What the hell does she think she's doing? Her Netflix deal's on shaky ground, and her American Riviera Orchard brand is a laughable mess, but she's still strutting around like she's the next big thing. I'm not convinced for a damn second that she's got a future in this game. Word's out that Netflix hasn't renewed her and Harry's $100 million contract. Good riddance, I say. That with love, Meghan disaster fell flat on its face, and I'm smirking because they deserve every bit of that failure. I can't believe they thought her slapping olive oil on store-bought hummus and calling it a lifestyle would rake in the cash. What a joke. I've got zero faith in her so-called business savvy. Those jams, crepe mixes, and edible flowers. Please, I'd rather eat dirt than waste my money on that overpriced garbage. She's got no originality, no depth, just a late-to-the-party wannabe copying every cooking show I've ever seen. I'm rolling my eyes at Netflix for even giving her a shot. They're stuck bleeding money on this flop while she pretends she's Julia Child with a tiara. Her brand's dead in the water. Nobody's buying her crap, and I'm loving how it's all crashing down. She can't even show her products on the show. How pathetic is that? I'm telling you, this is the end of the line for her grift. Here's my warning. Meghan's running out of rope, and I'm thrilled to watch her hang herself with it. Netflix execs are sweating over the bad reviews. I hope they ditch her for good. She's got no market left, her audience is gone, and I'm cheering for her downfall. How long before she's begging for scraps when the cash dries up? Finally, so there you have it. Meghan Markle's a liar, a fraud, and a sinking ship, and I've laid it all out for you. Her fake childhood sob story, busted by her own dad. That Meghan Sussex nonsense, a desperate grab to dodge her past. Netflix's so-called renewal, a sham to cover her flop. The world's done with her grift, I'm done, and her business dreams are toast. I'm fired up just thinking about how she's marked herself into oblivion, and I'm loving every second of this downfall. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment and tell me, what's the worst lie she's told? Hit that like button if you're as sick of her as I am, and subscribe to Royal Riff Raff. We've got more tea to spill. Catch you next time, ladies. Keep the drama coming.